Good afternoon. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here. Some of the top headlines for the day: a Garrett County fire leaves several without a home. We've got the details on that. Plus an arrest in a November 2023 DUI fatality. And it's the weekend. Do you got any plans? We've got Samantha Burford in with the Weekender Report to give you some great ideas for the weekend. All this and a look at the weather today with Todd. Plus, we'll have our sports report with Michael Watkins. That's all coming up today live at 5. But first, in our WBON TV 9 big story of the day, a house fire broke out on Daly Court in Lancaster Thursday afternoon, displacing 9 residents. Lancaster Fire and Rescue responded to the scene around 2:20 p.m. where they encountered visible flames and smoke coming from that home. Additional fire departments and emergency services were called to assist. Firefighters successfully rescued 2 cats from the burning building and brought the fire under control within about 10 minutes of arrival. The American Red Cross is providing housing assistance to the 9 individuals affected by that fire. The fire is under investigation. A Kentucky man has been charged with murder after a fatal car crash allegedly caused by driving under the influence. Wilby Chestine Ward, 23, was arrested Thursday by the Anderson County Sheriff's Office. According to an indictment filed by the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Ward is accused of causing a fatal car accident while intoxicated back in November of 2023. The Kentucky State Police investigated the incident. In addition to the murder charge, Ward is also facing a charge of operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol for a second time, classified as an aggravated offense. Ward is currently held on a $500,000 bond and is scheduled to appear back in court for arraignment on August the 6th. No further details about the crash, including the identity of the victim, have been released at the time of this newscast. Of course, we'll have more for you as it becomes available. Well, a story with some Madison County ties. A contentious debate over a potential regional business park is brewing in Scott County. During a lengthy fiscal court meeting, officials unveiled a comprehensive 10-year plan for Scott County, which included the possibility of a developing 500-acre business park and agricultural land near McClellan Circle in Georgetown. The proposed business park would be a joint venture with Madison and Fayette counties, aiming to create a regional economic hub. County officials believe this collaboration will attract larger companies and generate significant job growth in the entire area. While the plan was endorsed by the fiscal court, it has faced significant opposition from a local group, the Friends of Great Crossing, who argue that the project would devastate natural resources and increase traffic and congestion. Concerns have also been raised about the potential impact to the local school system. County officials in Scott County, however, believe that the business park could create 1,400 jobs and contribute to the local economy. They are currently seeking funding through the Kentucky Product Development Initiative and have secured an option to purchase the property for $200,000. The proposed business park is still in the early stages of planning, with the county aiming to start construction within the next few months if funding is secured. The project is expected to be a subject of ongoing debate as many counties move forward with the planning process. We'll have more on that, including the Madison County angle, as that story progresses. Well, moving over to Lincoln County, 5-year-old girl Addison Reed of Lincoln County is preparing for a major surgery. To uplift her spirits and show support, the community is coming together to host a royal parade in her honor. Princess Addie is set to undergo spinal surgery on August the 2nd to remove her brace and implant rods to celebrate Addie's courage and to provide a magical send-off before her surgery. A local initiative has blossomed into a full-scale community event. A Facebook post seeking well wishes for Addie garnered an overwhelming response, with hundreds of cards pouring in from across the country. A parade will take place on Main Street in Crab Orchard this Saturday, July 27th, with lineup starting at 9 a.m. and the parade beginning at 11. Addie will be the guest of honor. The community is invited to join the procession or line up the streets to cheer on the brave young princess. Look at that sweet face. Moving over to Lexington, one man involved in a UK fraternity party shooting has been sentenced. Back in September of 2022, two men, Jason Alamanes Arroyo and Juan Guerrero Zejedas, arrived uninvited to a fraternity party on University Avenue. Jason, after being involved in an argument, reportedly started firing a gun. This resulted in one student being shot, while 10 others were wounded by shrapnel. Jason and Juan were arrested. The following June, Jason pleaded guilty to 1 count of second-degree assault, 3 counts of first-degree wanton endangerment, and 8 counts of second-degree wanton endangerment. Earlier today, he was sentenced to 9 years in prison. Meanwhile, the case against Juan Guerrero Zejedas is still pending. With that, we're going to take a quick break. We've got Todd in the Weather Center coming up, hoping for a beautiful sunny weekend. That's all coming up next here, live at 5.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mammoet Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mammoet Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Kokudet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in.
We can't wait to see ya.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow!
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9. I've got my fingers crossed for a really nice weekend. It's been a long week here in the Bluegrass. Todd in the Weather Center. What's it going to be like out there, Todd?
Hi, Gwendolyn. Thanks. It was kind of a cloudier day today, but the clouds should fade overnight tonight. And sunny day expected Saturday, although the temperatures will be a bit warmer into the 90s, and then some shower and thunderstorm activity arriving late weekend and sticking around into early next week. So if you have plans this evening, temperatures falling from 82 at 7 in the 70s overnight, and then eventually down into the lower 60s by early Saturday morning. So not terribly warm, but quiet tonight, as I mentioned, and then trending hotter on Saturday with that thunder threat Sunday and lingering into next week. The overall rainfall potential over the next 7 days is elevated, and I'll show you that in a second. Here's our forecast this weekend. Sunshine and 90 degrees tomorrow, 67 overnight Saturday, and then here comes that thunder threat Sunday, kind of building throughout the afternoon and especially into the evening hours. And as that rain threat increases, our dew points are going to be increasing, so definitely feeling tropical into early next week. And we still get the conditions, or at least idea, that temperatures will remain above average into the early part of August throughout much of the Ohio Valley. Could see an uptick in the precipitation potential during that time period as well. But this is our 7-day rainfall forecast. It takes us out through next Friday, which is already the early part of August. But again, noticing these reds and purples, well, that's indicating a couple of inches of rain at least. So again, this active weather pattern shaping up starting later Sunday to most of next week could bring us that heavier rain. But through 7 p.m. Sunday, generally what we see later in the day could be adding up to a couple of tenths of an inch, but that rain threat's increasing a little more Sunday night. Here's our forecast. As you notice, quiet weather into the morning hours of Saturday and sunshine tomorrow. We should be into the 50s and 60s by tomorrow, but again, topping out near that 90-degree mark on Saturday afternoon. Here comes the unsettled weather, Gwendolyn, and it will be off and on yet through Thursday.
Thanks, Todd. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Earlier today, Frankfort man Alfredo Delgado was sentenced for a Jessamine County shooting back in July of 2022 at the Home Place Inn off of US 27 and North Main Street. Delgado shot a female clerk in the face. He was later arrested in New York. Delgado was ruled by a jury to be guilty on 1 count of first-degree assault. He was then sentenced to 20 years in prison. He must serve 85% of that time before he is eligible for parole. Last Friday evening, a deadly dog attack occurred in Jacobson Park in Lexington, resulting in the death of a dog. Debbie Blair, the owner of the dog who died, said she was walking her 2 dogs in the park as she usually did. A short time later, she met another man walking his dog. They struck up a conversation. However, as they talked, Blair says that she saw something off about his dog. I noticed that the dog was really focused on my dog, and it started to make me a little bit nervous. She began to leave. That's when the man's dog, according to Blair, jumped forward, broke through his harness, grabbing her little dog by the side and started shaking him. She, with the help of the man and a passerby, were able to free her dog, but not before he was severely injured. She wrapped the dog in a towel given by a passerby and took him to an emergency clinic. Blair said, "I never saw his injuries, and I'm glad. The man that was holding him was covered from shirt to socks in blood, so I knew he was mortally wounded, and I just wanted to get him a try to save him." At the clinic, the vet told her that unfortunately it would be best for the dog if they just put it down. It was also recommended that Blair receive a rabies shot, as she had also been bitten. Lexington Fayette Animal Care and Control were able to identify the man, whose name has not been released. Reportedly, the man said that he had returned the dog to the rescue he had just gotten him from. According to the center, criminal charges are pending in that case. And of course, that's something that we'll be following for you right here on WBON TV, Channel 9. Lake Corbin man was arrested on multiple charges over this weekend following an attempted alleged kidnapping incident. According to the Knox County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to a call about a woman being assaulted and dragged into a garage. Upon arrival, they found Craig Stone, 35, outside that garage. After refusing to surrender, officers entered the building with the assistance of Corbin Police Department. Stone and an alleged victim were found hiding in the attic when the woman claimed Stone had been assaulting her, strangled, and forced her into the garage. Stone was arrested and charged with kidnapping, strangulation, assault, menacing, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. He is currently lodged in the Knox County Detention Center. The incident remains under investigation. With that, we're going to take another quick break. Don't go anywhere. Michael Watkins up with sports, and then it's almost the weekend. We've got Samantha Burford coming up with the Weekender after that. Coming up still, live at 5.
Hey y'all, it's Josh and Greg from Hicks & Funson, Kentucky Lawyers. You know, those giant law firms love to brag about how many billions they've won. But what's important to us is winning the support of our Kentucky community and fighting for justice for our clients.
We are grateful you voted us Best Law Firm in the 2024 Smiley Pete Best of Lexington contest. At Hicks & Funson, you're more than a dollar sign and more than just a number.
So if you've been injured and you prefer local instead of large, call 859-777-7000 or visit honestfearless.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
And at the half, EKU leads state 21-7.
I love the way these look. Thanks. Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here? Hey, Coach. It's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with the new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
CT Diesel Performance is now located at 2269 Enterprise Drive off Duncannon Lane in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff have moved to help better serve their customers to a bigger and better location and are here to still offer you the best in getting your vehicle to its peak performance. At CT Diesel Performance, they service all your automotive needs. No job is too big or too small. Like CT Diesel Performance on Facebook to learn more about CT Diesel Performance. Now located at 2269 Enterprise Drive in Richmond.
At WBON TV 9, you can count on our weather team to keep you up to date with all the latest developments, watches, and warnings.
We're here for you night and day, 24/7, no matter what the weather brings.
WBON TV 9 and our media partner 100.7 The Coyote are dedicated to you. That's why we say when the weather turns extraordinary, so does our coverage.
Get your forecast each weekday during the Live at 5 newscast on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here.
Well, welcome back. Today in the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, Michael Watkins recaps the full interview with new Director of Athletics at EKU, Kyle Moats. Plus, another game has been added to the EKU men's basketball schedule. With more on that, here's Michael.
Thanks, Corinne, and I hope this Friday has been as much fun for you as it has been for me. We're going to start things off today in the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report with some more EKU hoops scheduling news. The Eastern Kentucky University men's basketball team announced they will play at Clemson during the 24-25 season in what will be the first meeting in the history of the two programs. The game will take place on November 12th at 7 p.m. in Little John Coliseum in Clemson, South Carolina. The Tigers finished 24-12 overall and 11-9 in the Atlantic Coast Conference, better known as the ACC, last season, and also won 3 games in the NCAA tournament to advance to the Elite Eight. Clemson returns 40.2% of its scoring from a season ago. A total of 6 scholarship players returned from last year's team. The Tigers have added 4 transfers and 1 freshman to their roster as well. On Monday, during our interview with new Director of Athletics Kyle Moats on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, he talked a lot about how the world of college sports has changed. And we also asked him if he had spoken with Matt Roan, who left for James Madison, opening up the door for Moats to take his current job.
You were able to work that at your last stop, and they were able to do that at Eastern over the last couple of years with CG Bank Field, Baptist Health Arena. And, from the outside looking in, you think, oh, it's just a name change to a stadium or an arena. But it is so important for the university and for the athletics department to have those partnerships, because you all are trying to compete with so many other schools for, having the arenas to look very nice. Stadium's the same thing. And to have your facilities compete with other teams' facilities to bring those players in. So talk about that and why it's so important. And as you now take over here, what you're going to try to continue to do to kind of keep those going along and bring more of those partnerships in.
Yeah, they're very important. Obviously, it's not just the naming rights; it's the relationships and kind of the back end things that you're able to do too, as well. So, I think a true partnership isn't just here's money for the field or the court or whatever the naming rights may be. There's certainly other aspects to it that are important to have that help upgrade your whole program. That's a byproduct. I think people see that.
Yeah,
and that's the most recognizable thing. 2. Corporate partnerships are going to be even more important as we move forward. Money from the state is going to become less. We're going to have a cliff on the educational side of things coming. If we're not there, we're going to be very close to entering that, and enrollment's going to be down. Again, not just at Eastern Kentucky, probably just about everywhere. Well, our biggest donor is David McFadden. He's our biggest donor. He's the president, right? So that subsidy that we receive for them is very important. So as that goes less, then we need more from the outside. It's just simple economics, in my opinion, right?
Have you had any conversations with Matt since you've taken over or before you took over, as you've stepped into this new role? Have you talked to him at all?
Let me just go back. Matt and I are friends. I knew Matt long before this situation happened. So, as I mentioned before, my son works here, so I would come to a few games, and obviously I talked to Matt every time I came here. And then Matt and I were on the FCS football committee together.
Okay.
And then Matt and I talked frequently about conference realignment. So we often talked in that area. So, Matt's a friend, and I did not tell him about my pursuing this position, right? It was kind of stealth and didn't say too much, and that wasn't anything to do with Matt. It just was, as a sitting AD, you got to be careful in how you kind of got to do that
Private
stuff. Yeah, and the fact that we were right in the middle of the conference realignment thing. I mean, right in the middle of it. It's like, hey, I can't do anything until this thing gets done because we're pretty close to
the big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really didn't talk too much. After the fact, we talked about basketball scheduling. Really haven't gotten into the meat and potatoes of the job itself. But there'll be a time for that. But he's worried about what he's got going on, right? He's got a lot going on there.
They just moved up to FBS, right, at James Madison. So.
Yeah, they've been up, but they got officially they moved up.
Yeah.
But their situation's pretty good when they have the highest student fee in the country.
That helps out a little bit, doesn't it?
That makes that number and things you can do a lot different. And good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
If you missed any of this past Monday's show, you can view it in its entirety on the WBON TV Facebook page or YouTube channel, where we continued our series with EKU football, plus the long interview with Kyle Moats. Don't forget, if you're looking for a great place to grab dinner this weekend, to check out my friends over at Mammoth Bar and Grill across from Whitehall Elementary School here in Richmond. For WBON TV Sports, I'm Michael Watkins.
Richmond's very own TV station signal is now stronger than ever. If you're enjoying free over-the-air TV, rescan your TV now for all the channels WBON TV offers, including Channel 9.1 with the AMG network featuring great programming like Forensic Files, Cheaters, plus live local sports and our daily Live at 5 local newscast. Channel 9.2 with the Buzzer Network. Enjoy your favorite game shows of yesteryear. Channel 9.3 is the Heartland Network with classic country and southern gospel music, The Crook and Chase Show, classic movies, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, and much more rural living programs. And Channel 9.4, that's Retro TV, featuring classic TV shows and movies you love and remember. For more information on over-the-air TV, visit our website, WBONTV.com, and click the Over-the-Air tab. Drop us a line today and let us know where and what you're watching. Email us at info@WBONTV.com.
Heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com. Welcome back to Live at 5. There's plenty of excitement over in Paris this weekend as the Summer Olympic Games get underway. But there's also some fun things to be had right here in Madison County with a preview of what's coming up over the next couple of days. Here's WBON TV's Samantha Burford with the Weekender Report.
Here we are on the first night of the 2024 Summer Olympic Games. In between all the exciting Olympic events, you should check out the local events featured in today's jam-packed edition of the Weekender Report. This Weekender Report is for the weekend of July 26th through July 28th. I'm Samantha Burford. Let's get this weekend started. Friday night, head over to the Richmond Center for the Summer Concert Series. Faded Blue Band will be playing their strong blend of rock and roll, country, and soul. They've been playing to audiences throughout Central Kentucky since 1987. Every Friday night, these concerts are free, and they take place near the fountain from 7 to 10 p.m. The Berea Urban Farm is having a You Pick Your Own Flowers on Saturday, July 27th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. in Berea, Kentucky. This cut flower program welcomes individuals and groups to cut their own bouquet. This event is a fun experience to share with your friends and family. You will be guided on cutting stems, and you'll have a table set up for flower arranging. You can buy your tickets at sustainableberea.org. The second annual A Midsummer Night's Tale show will be held on July 27th at the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame and Museum in their outdoor amphitheater. There are 26 performing acts, all competing for the grand prize of $2,000. This event is free to attend, so bring a lawn chair or blanket and enjoy the talent show starting at 6 p.m. Enjoy this eco-friendly water balloon and giant bubbles event held by the Berea College Forestry Outreach Center. They'll have water and their eco-friendly crocheted water balloons. It'll be on the lawn to play with and cool off from the summer heat. This family activity happens on Sunday, July 28th from 2 to 3 p.m. The Berea Festival of Learn Shops is happening now through July 30th. Expert artist instructors will be teaching classes in a variety of mediums all over Berea. And on Saturday night, they are hosting their pavilion party with food trucks, live country music with a Shane Winkler concert at the Chestnut Street Pavilion. Bring a chair to this free community concert. Thank you for watching this July 26th edition of the Weekender Report. We hope you found an event you're interested in to enjoy with your family and your community. Make sure to tell your friends to watch the Weekender Report every weekend on WBON TV. Keep sending me your events. Thanks for watching. I'm Samantha Burford.
Thanks, Samantha. Looks like there's great things to do this weekend. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you back here Monday, live at 5.